There he is.
So much can be said with so little.
So true. Did you see? Is there anything on my desk that you can see?
I see a whiteboard. Mr. Todd.
And you don't see an apple.
You brought me one. Oh no, that I would have to be here, and then you'd have to change the name to Mr. Barry.
Yes, Mr.
You
Barry.
brought me an apple. You're the best student ever.
Yeah.
I don't see the apple. I'm disappointed.
Well, I think I uploaded it before I saved it, so that's what happens. I'm the only one that gets it. Maybe the thing is there is no apple. That's the real secret.
Or maybe the only person that it's important to see it is you. You are the teacher, after all.
I know. There's a hierarchy of importance for sure.
Oh, the roles and responsibilities are obvious. I love it. I love this room. There's something about the smell of it.
I know. It's got that
It really reminds me of my office. No, I was thinking it's got the old school smell.
Yeah.
I can actually smell the gum under that desk over there.
Kind of the tangy gym shoes smell.
Yeah, they're hanging from the bar up there, aren't they?
Yeah, I should bring some in. Bring some in.
That was the other gym. Yeah.
Do you notice all the pictures I put up here? These are all from previous sessions.
I noticed that there's some new ones. Yeah. They were taken without our permission, I see.
Well, no, you guys all took them, so I figured anything gets done in my room is my property. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh wow. So you're an authoritarian. Yeah. I appreciate the fact that there's no names on those avatars.
You know what?
I don't want my wife to find out what I'm doing.
What? You're absolutely right. There's no names on these.
No. Not one name is given out. Although this guy here, I think he's kind of like obvious.
Yeah.
Was that you when you were young?
Yeah, it is. As with my brother right over here.
Cool. You know, your brother looks a lot like a guy that I know, but you know, we're from the Pacific Northwest, so that sort of makes sense. We all have web feet.
It's true. It's true.
And we apologize for whoever we are. No, that's just in Canada.
No, that's definitely Portland too. Seattle makes no apologies, but Portland absolutely.
Yeah. Well, Portland has a lot to apologize for. Portlandia, for one. Oh my God.
That's not us.
Did you watch that show?
Yeah, no. I have a bone to pick with those people.
Yeah. Well, you can blame Fred Ormiston.
I always do.
He's ready to exploit anything. He's a drummer though, so he's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, his Carrie from she's in a punk band called No.
I know.
Yeah.
I know those guys.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know them personally, but I know them like I know them.
Yes, right. You're familiar.
I love their comedic comedic release.
Yeah, they feel like
But it's dated now.
Oh yeah. Well,
Grunge
it's
is dated.
well, it's
Dated. Now everything's rap.
well. What's
Well,
funny
no,
is
because I come here because I can avoid the rap, like Trump. Are we allowed to talk politics? No, I'm just kidding. If I'm elected, there's another platform. Is there anybody else coming?
well, I know that Ray Amberwolf said he was coming. I know Victor was saying he was coming. There's a lot of people that said they were coming, but
Well,
I don't see him. Yeah, it's true.
maybe they're being indicted.
Yeah,
It's going around.
but that doesn't. But in the United States, that doesn't really mean anything. You can be a president and be indicted. So
Evidently. Or an ex-president. The other platform, Horizon Worlds, we're not allowed to talk about politics.
what?
Horizon Worlds has the most strict terms of service that I've ever seen.
That's crazy. How can they even police
You have
it?
to be positive. Oh, they attempt to, or they have their goons
Bots.
police it, which is like me. No, it's also people that want to be in good with the boss, that kind of stuff.
Snitches.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, narcs we call them.
Fun.
Did you guys ever call them narcs? You're a generation behind me.
Yeah, narcs definitely. Yeah, that's a term.
Cool. There's a name for a band.
You're eating a rice cake right in my ear right now, Barry.
No, I'm sorry. I apologize.
Good grief.
It was actually toast. I was trying to do it before I got here.
Well, it's fun.
It's good.
It's funny. I kind of assumed that there would be a kind of a dip over time, but I didn't expect it to happen this early.
Oh, I don't know whether this is a dip. I think this is an opportunity.
Ooh, I agree. There you go.
I mean, where else can I get the teacher's attention? And after I brought him this really nice apple that I can't see.
I feel so embarrassed by that.
I don't know, but it should be. It's all part of the, recomposure.
Did it feel like you had an easier time this week getting into the classroom?
Yes.
Okay,
But then I was
good.
on time, which never happens.
Yeah, I got rid of a lot of stuff.
Did you? Even
Yeah.
this place. Well, that was weird. Oh,
you
somebody's
did?
come with me.
No, it's me.
I
It's
think
me.
I took us away somewhere.
Yeah,
sorry, I think I took us away by accident.
You did. You
I,
pointed to
pressed-
something.
Well, oddly enough, I was going to point at the red room, but I think I brushed the blue room as I went over there.
You brushed it.
I did. Let me try it again, and don't go away. No, it wasn't that. It was something weird. Oh, maybe I actually did touch the red room. I don't know. It seemed to go that way, but I do think that there's some incredible potential for patch now that I didn't see before,
What?
and it has to do with. I know it sounds crazy, but if we could somehow fix the avatar problem, I mean, you may not see it as a problem, but even if we could get some kind of what's that?
So I don't see it as a problem. If it's a silly thing or
No. It's just So the beauty of Horizon Worlds right now is that you actually feel like you're talking to a real person. Right now, I feel like I'm talking to a mask.
Uh-huh.
And I think that when I played on stage, or even not on stage, even just rehearsals, and being able to have some expression context, it really helps with music. Is somebody here? Oh,
It's
look.
Anne. It's Anne.
Look.
Hello.
Hello.
Praise be to Anne. Praise be to Anne.
So good to see you.
We are not very. Yes, so am I.
Remember Barry from last time?
Oh, last time, yes.
Trouble.
I remember.
Barry the Trouble Man. Yeah.
Was it easier for you to get
You're
in, Anne?
Quebec or you're somewhere else?
Sorry?
Are you in France? France?
Yes, absolutely.
Are you near Paris or are you south?
Near Paris.
Oh, cool.
Near Paris. And you?
I have been to Paris. I'm in Canada. I'm on the west coast of Canada near Vancouver.
Okay.
I loved France. I was there many times in 2017 and 2018 and 2017 and 2018. I was there many times.
Wow.
My work made me be there 25% of my life for 2 years. So.
Oh, okay. I've never been to Canada.
Barry and I live about 5 hours away from each other by car.
We could throw stones, actually.
I feel him breathing
You could
sometimes. We could meet.
Yeah. We could, except I couldn't go to the United States until Trump's gone. Sorry, politics. Shouldn't do that.
Until he's gone. He's gone to me.
Yeah. Needs to be safely.
Oh, Anne, I wanted to show you something. Come on down. I want to show you something.
May I watch?
Oh, of course, yes.
To be alone.
No. Oh, where'd you go?
I don't know. Maybe she had the head glitch.
Oh, there she pushed the blue. You went over to the blue room.
Yes. I love the accent too. We have French in Canada, but it's not very good.
I like it. It's a cool one.
Hey, that's nice. Did you make it? Todd, did you make that?
Oh no, it's God. It's one of God's instruments. He was telling me
in our libraries.
Well, if one of the things I've been trying to tell people is one of the things that I have been doing is been taking people's. Sorry, my dog's licking my face. Stop. One of the things that I've been telling. Yeah, it is. It's not anyone else in the house. I've been telling people to go to different worlds and save the world. And then when you save it, it's the stuff is accessible in your library.
Really?
Yeah. And so when I go to God's worlds, I always do a save as, and then it all comes up in my library.
So can I do that here?
Yeah, you can take. Well, that's the thing. It's like any like I said, any world you have, you can go save as, and then it'll take all the assets that are in the room and make them be available to you. Have you tried that, Anne?
I made it with marbles. With marbles, I did that.
Yeah.
I saved the old world, and add other instruments on it.
Yeah, exactly. It's actually a really good way to kind of to teach yourself.
But we can't save just an instrument. Could we save it?
Hold on a second.
Just the
Somebody's
instrument.
getting a lot of. I don't know if it's you, Barry, but can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Can you say that one more time?
Can we save only the instrument and not the whole world? Do
Well,
we have
Well, it will always
to
save.
save the whole world and make
That's a
something in it?
that's a great question. You can actually take the devices. I can't show you how to do it right here because it won't let you
There is
see my.
a save thing.
Yeah, you can go up when you press this button, the radio menu button,
Mm.
and then you go inspect. One of the things it'll let you do when you're selecting it is make device. It'll say make device, and so you'll have that. You'll have that in your device in your device menu when you open your library. You have to go all the way down the list. It goes devices, and then on the list on the bottom there says my devices, and it'll come up on that in that list. So you don't have to go. I mean, you can go in.
Yes.
So you can come into a world. You can't come up in the world and just take that device. But sometimes I will tell you this, and this is something that comes up in a video that I've done, it's tutorial videos, is that if you don't have access, some people put like they turn off the editing in their world, so you can't do those things. So you have to save it as your own for you to do that. Yeah. Yeah. Did you catch that, Barry?
If I try to save this one,
I
does it
did.
work?
I can't open my menu when you guys are talking because it makes
No.
funny noises for you.
It's true. It's true. What were you? Sorry. What were you saying, Anne?
I was trying to save this one.
Yeah. No. So
But
like,
it doesn't
look on your in your own worlds, you can actually tell people to, you can make it so people can't go to different places. Can't
yeah. No,
you
absolutely.
edit and stuff like that. So that's I put that on here because we've had a few problems where we've had some what would you call them? What would you call them, Barry? What are the troublemakers?
Ne'er-do-wells?
Ne'er-do-wells.
Ne'er-do-wells.
When do they do well? Ne'er do they do well? But ones that come in and just are just kind of disrupting or whatever. So I didn't want them to pull in a bunch of devices and stuff and maybe throw things off. Yeah.
So if I wanted to save this world as my own
Yeah.
copy of it,
Yeah.
I would hold these things in front of me, and I would press which ones.
Okay, let me explain. It is all in a tutorial, just so you know, on Patchworld. But it's about
Okay.
it's called gleaning. But I can kind of
But the X button,
so I'll kind of try to explain it. But if you look over my shoulders,
I will. I'm watching. Yes.
so when I have any world in front of me, I press the three buttons, and then it says world, right? Then hold on. Let me. I'm gonna mute you, Barry, because I hear myself. Barry, do you have headphones you can use by any chance?
I do. And you know what? And I'm way too close to you, so that's part of the problem. Let me make sure that they're working. I'm pretty sure they are.
Okay. I'm gonna mute you until then.
Okay.
Just wave in
Going
front.
now, I
Just
think.
just wave in front of my face when you got them on. So yeah, and what I do is I press the three buttons and then I press save as, and whenever I save as that world, it doesn't matter what how I save it, what the name is or whatever. It could just be the same name. I put like my name at the end. I just put this thing and then TODD, so that I know that when I go into my worlds, that's what I'm looking for. But then, you can, any of the stuff in there, you can move things around. You can add things to it like you've found. But that's where you have more capabilities to like press your press your menu button and make devices. But in this
Good.
one you won't be able to. But I could show. I think probably in about, I don't know what time it is right now, but I don't have my. Let's see. Yeah, so probably in another. So probably in another, I'd say about another 10 minutes, maybe I could take us all to a world where where I could show you, and where I don't have the where it doesn't have any of the limitations that this world has that I put on them. You know. So let me see if Barry's back. You back, Barry?
I
hear
see him. I see him.
I don't hear you. I don't hear your I don't hear your microphone though. I'm unmuted you, but you're still muted. Let's try this again. Oh no, I lost you. You want to
see him?
I see him. Yeah, we both don't hear you, Barry. Yeah, he's floating away. Aww. Da, 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 da. He's so sad. No, Pepper, no. My dog is. I'm sitting on the kitchen floor right now because I'm trying to make it as little noise as possible for my family around me. But so
What
is there
time
anything?
is it for you?
It's like 7:20 a.m. So it's a little early, but the kitchen's away from the bedrooms far enough so that it's not too noisy. Is there anything else, Anne, that you're thinking that you'd like to know that maybe I could go over for you?
There is. I don't know. Could you explain
I see you on the floor. Can you hear me now? Oh no.
Maybe if
we can hear you.
We
can hear you.
I can't hear me.
But I can hear you just fine.
I can't hear you at all. If you can hear me, I don't know. It's really strange.
Yes, we hear you.
We can, Barry. We can hear you.
We
can hear you.
It's okay.
But you can't hear us. Let's try that. That's weird. Did you check your wrist? Maybe it's many things muted. Do you have something on your wrist too, Ann? Nothing.
No.
No. Okay. So some people have stuff on their wrists that could, where you can mute people. Maybe it's just when you are in the world or something. Okay. Well, all right. So what's another question you have?
I tried to use how does it call? It's a synthesizer.
Synthesizer.
With touch.
Yeah.
Synthesizer.
Yeah.
And I didn't know how to make it, which sound to put in it, and how to make it go.
Right.
We just tap on it, and there is nothing.
I think I know what you're talking about.
This is the piano, like piano.
Let me see if I know what you're talking about. Is it this one right here? The vibe?
Yes, absolutely.
Is that your dog now?
Yes, that's fine.
No, we have all these dogs. Okay, so this one is, not only is it really
yes.
Yeah, not only is it really kind of it takes up a lot of space in the room. It's not size wise, but as far as it takes a lot of resources. Like the computer works harder when this is out. It also needs something to plug into. So one of the things that you can use to plug into is a thing called eVibes, or
yes, I tried this one.
Okay, so when you click on eVibes comes up like this. Hey, Barry, he's back. Can you hear us, Barry? Yeah. Do you see how slow it makes things a little bit, Anne? You notice how things are maybe a little slower?
Not.
Yeah.
Oop.
So that's because
Yeah.
that's because that's because the instruments themselves can be really slow. So what I use for keyboards is this. I use Q Beasts. Q Beast is a much smaller has a much smaller, what do you call it, like imprint or footprint. And then you just press the keyboard button. There's a keyboard button.
Yeah.
So it
I'm
works really well.
interested in. Yeah. It's much more simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
That's
kind of
cool.
loud, but yeah. That's how I would use that for keyboards and stuff. Let's see. Is there anything else? I think there's yeah. The sound is the sound quality on this right now is a little bit strange because I think we're pushing on the edge of how much you can put in this room. So that's probably why. Hey,
Mm.
Barry's still having trouble. I don't know what's wrong. That's why the piano doesn't work very much is because you have to have that connected to the module, and one of the you have to have the pitch plugged into the pitch. You have to have the velocity plugged into the velocity. Those two things have to be plugged into the right cables into the right module, and it should work. But also this thing, yeah, Barry's having some issues. But yeah, that's how that works. I had that same problem. When I started because I was like I wanted to play keyboards. But I couldn't do it, and it was frustrating.
Mm.
Yeah. This
Absolutely. I will try. But this one is also
yeah,
interesting.
isn't it?
So,
Yeah. Well, one cool thing too over here. Check over here. Over here is a really cool thing. So like you can click on a part, and you can write your part. Watch. So like if I like, okay, that's how I want my part to go, and then I could say write, and then I want to do a second part, and I can have a completely different second part.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Yes.
so if I do a completely different second part, and then I write that, now I go to song, and then it tells me like if I start from part 2, how many rounds it goes, and then it says go to part 1, and then let's play it. I'll show you what it does, and you can watch how it does that. So this one, the first part, we need to turn it so it goes to 2.
First.
There you go. I guess it's going to 3 now. I don't know. Okay, so you see how that works a little bit?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's a fun little. Hey, how you doing, Barry? You still here? You're here finally? Oh, he's still having a heck of a time.
Almost.
Yeah. So also when you press these buttons,
Please.
that starts it up, or yeah, that makes it so there's a big gap there. And you notice how these are all making this work. Those are pretty cool. It's because they're. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Pretty cool, right? Oh, also over here, Ann, on this side. So you could put any bubble in here. So I've chosen a bubble, but any sound you want, you can put that bubble in here, and which is a really big deal. Also, you can change a lot of the filter.
And bien too.
Yeah.
I can scale it.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay.
Can you hear-
I don't know what
can you hear
happened,
us?
but it was
Can you hear
I
us?
can now, yeah. I
Weird.
can, yes.
I was
I
and
had to take the headphones
Welcome
off. The
back.
headphones did it, I think.
weird.
But anyway, I'm back, so I'll just pay attention.
So Ann and I were talking about this device, and I was telling her that one of the things you can do is it has a really cool step sequencers here. So you can start with one part and then make whatever part you want, and then you can
Chris.
write it, and then you can go to the next one, and then why is it not? Okay, there we go. Then you can do a different part altogether. Write that, and then when you go to the song, all the different parts, it would tell you like from the first part you want to go 2 rounds of that, and then go to 2, and then on the second part you want to go 2 rounds
cool.
and then go to 1. So then I could play it all. Whoops, I can play it, and then
Tim's.
so that follows the sequence.
Oh.
But what's cool about it, I was telling Ann, is that any bubble fits in this. So you can use any sound that's in your library to be the bass sound. And all the filters work too. So yeah, and then there's also like, go ahead. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
Oh no, just I would like to put like a boys' choir in there and play it that
Oh.
way.
Hey, Chris. Hey, Chris, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. We're under the stage, so if you want to join us,
Yeah.
we're we're taking. Oh, good. So we're taking a look at the different functions of this new this new machine, this new device that God made, and it's got the normal scale stuff at the back, just like everything else. But it also has all these really cool things, like it does the glide and the range and the transpose. It's like he combined all of the best stuff from all of the other devices. I'm pretty impressed with it. But yeah, that I wanted to show you guys that, but also follow me up here, and you can see that this is backstage right here. So I put these 2 devices in here. This is called a particle stream, I think, like that. I put them inside of the boom boxes, and they connect directly to the velocity out of this device here, and then and this thing is the thing in the middle is called a tentacles, and I found that from one of the worlds that Victor made. So if you want to get a bunch of stuff, go to Victor's worlds. Victor's worlds are really, really great, and he's always trying to find new sound to visual kind of combinations, and that's I always go to his. Isn't that awesome?
Oh, nice.
That's
great. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, and these, you saw what the particles did when I didn't have it on. They're just in stasis, but so it's really. Yeah, and they're super easy to interface with. Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. So that's an extra thing to add to your bag of tricks. Is there anything else that people are thinking about needing to or have any questions about? Chris, do you have any questions at all right now?
About like what, Pastoral in general?
Yeah, just anything that you've been trying to do that maybe you haven't been able to do.
One thing I've been wanting to do is make some sort of like a gate, or not a gate, but like a
portal.
When you play one sample, it would cut off the previous sample, the volume of it.
Oh, right. So it's kind of like one of those NPCs where you're be able to hit one sample and do the next one. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Let's see. You know what, in the world, and so this is how I think of things. In the world that God made, it's called no games. He works with Harry Shada is the is the rapper guy. He has down below. So you have Harry Shada doing his thing up above, and then you have like the rhythms in front of you, and then down below there's sample triggers there, and every time you hit one, it stops the other one. So what I would, if I was setting out to do what you're doing, I would go and I would go to that world, save as, and then open the devices and take a look at what God's done there. But also the other thing I can do is I can ask God to come to a session, a workshop, and ask us to just walk us through that process. Would that be something to be interesting to you? Okay, I can do that.
Definitely.
Yeah. So those are the kinds of things like Yeah, I mean, I hope. No, it's okay because I hope because there's been a whole lot of things that I've been wanting to do like the moment I got into Patch World, and just have been had a hard time being able to articulate what I'm looking for. So a lot of that stuff can kind of come up if you're able to kind of give somebody. It's I'm learning it's a lot like AI, or AI is a lot like us, where if we really know exactly what we are looking for, then that solution will present itself. But sometimes it's hard to articulate what we want first. But yeah, like what you're saying is really specific, so I think that there's going to be a specific answer to that. And even you've seen Bublik on the Discord, right? So he'll sometimes, if you say, hey, can you make this for me? He'll say, oh yeah, I'll whip out a quick device and I'll send you the world, and sometimes he does that, know. So as long as you can just send that request out, there's bound to be somebody that's going to be able to work that out for you.
Cool. Todd.
What's up, Barry?
You mean the world to me.
You know what?
The world to me.
You need to save the world, Barry. That's the problem. You need to save this world.
All worlds
Stop. You need to stop deleting it.
All worlds matter.
You need to stop.
Matter.
You need to stop deleting, and you need to save it. That's your problem. And then you need to share it with others.
I brought this up. Because
Yeah. It's a good one, isn't it? It kind of gives you a perspective. Gives you a really good perspective on everything. Where was that? Did you take a picture of it? It was in the drawer. Yeah. That's true.
But I was looking for an apple.
Yeah, the Apple. I'm sorry. It's the Apple. I took. You know what? Well, here's another thing. Helpful hint. If you're wanting to bring in 3D assets into the world, into your worlds, which, and I don't know if you've ever tried this, but you can go to a website. It's all in our on our YouTube. I did a YouTube about bringing 3D assets in. What's up, Ray? Ray's speaking of bringing in 3D assets. Raise the guy.
Hello?
Here, let me shut that off for you. Yeah. Sorry, it gets a little loud, doesn't it? Oh, I can't hear you.
No,
I can't hear.
You're good, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah. So I was just telling everybody about.
Was it, man? The time difference screws with me, so I would have been here earlier, bro. I didn't realize.
It's okay. It's hard for me to, God told me to just, make it, put my time in here instead of having to try to figure it out for everybody. Just put one time, say PST, and then people can just put it on in their phones or whatever. But I was going to say that the video that I did the tutorial I did for bringing in 3D assets is really helpful for being able to grab anything from Sketchfab, which is this website that Ray and I use to find all these amazing, not just static 3D assets, but also animated ones. Ray's got this amazing pterodactyl in one of his worlds that flies around.
Yeah, if I could drag and drop them in here, it would be great. But since they're so big, If I pre-build this world with like whatever, that stuff, it's fine. But to try to load the asset in right now is a pain.
Well, I was going to say that.
Huge.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. One of the problems is that, if you don't continually save, sometimes, especially in a multiplayer situation, if somebody comes in, they're not going to see the most recent thing that I bring in. And also if it's not already saved into the world, it won't be loaded in when you come in. But just like Ray said, if you preload them and you just have them laying around or even hidden, you can unhide them and have them be something that people can see. But some of them are really big. I had an apple, so I wanted to get an apple after something Barry said one class, and because I thought it'd be funny for you guys to have access to apples. But there is one on this desk right now, but you can't see it because it's not loaded. I didn't save it. But all the different kinds of apples you wouldn't believe. I'm sure Ray would believe this, but some of the apples are super huge files. So you never want the apples or the assets, with a ton of, there's like a 300 megabyte apple. I'm like, why would I bring that into this world and bog it all down? That's ridiculous. So I just pick the smallest file apple I can find. And so, we can have a bunch of them inside. But once you have them in here, you can actually do things like duplicate them and stuff. So you could have a ton of them. You can move them just like any object. Like when you have, in our libraries, you have, your duck. We've talked about this, but anytime you have, things in your library, you can move them like any of the devices. And we had, before we were showing how rotors and clocks work and stuff. But one of the things that I've had real issues with is like how to make something interactable or whatever. And so, the other day I was messing around with, this really cool block that comes up called it's like a position block, and it's called controller position. Can you guys see that? I just brought this into the work. Can you see that? Okay. So one of the cool things is if I just move my controller, it's going to show you that I'm doing something. So like if I put this through the readout that I just did, watch how even just any movement I do, it's giving a number. Do you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now here's the thing. If I want this to move, say across the room or whatever, I'm going to need to give it more than 0.60 or more than these small numbers. So before I started playing with Patchworld, I didn't know any of this stuff, and so you have to have a problem to be able to know that you need to solve it. So I just pulled out this thing that's called a multiply jolt. I'm thinking, man, my number is too small. What do I need to do? Well, I feel like I need to multiply it by something. So if you just saw in my readout, you probably saw what were my numbers. My numbers were less than 1, right? So if I want to move this around, I probably might make the numbers be at least 5 or 6 or whatever. So I'm going to make this multiplier be like 5. And you got to keep that dog quiet. So I put the this through the multiplier. Now here's the most important block right here for what I'm trying to show you. It's called block position or block set position. That's what it is. Block set position does this. So do you see that? Everybody see that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I take this and I plug it into there, it's going to send my position to whatever I have this target pointed to. Okay. Now it should work. Now I just learned this yesterday, so bear with me. Do you see how I did that? So okay. One thing I have also yet to learn is that don't ever plug them in while you're connected. You gotta connect them in. You gotta connect it after you've done it. So you look. So now when I move my controller, it works with my controller. You see that?
Okay.
Yeah.
So all I'm using is the controller position block, the multiplier, and and the set position, and then I could just be like, "Hey, I'm Ducky," all of a sudden, be hiding it, and then it's here. So yesterday, one of the way I used that, was I wanted to make a puppet. So just like Chris, until you have a problem, what that you want to solve, it's hard to know what to ask for. But I had I used a block called Shape Block, and have you guys have used the Shape Block? It's super great.
Yeah.
And so then
Well, you just solved the problem I was thinking of. Because
Oh, yeah?
Okay, so Todd, so when you bring in a 3D asset, like for example, I have human beings, right?
yeah,
So when you bring in a person, you have all the bones in a person that you can see.
yeah,
So you can actually attach like certain bones to your controller. And my
That's it.
idea was being able to move a actual, like an avatar,
Yes,
like an
yes,
avatar.
yes,
But your sticks are the names in the hands. So when you move the sticks, it moves your avatar. And
Yeah.
see, my idea is because I've been thinking about making shows in here and making like different. Because of this being a sandbox game,
yeah,
you can just do anything you can think of.
exactly.
So but what you just said right there is exactly what I was thinking. Is you can take an avatar and make this little setup and have it hooked to your wands, and then have it control the actual bone
Yeah.
or the movement in the joints of the hands. Or
I love
the
that.
feet to make
I
it
love that, and that's exactly. So one of the tricky things I will say to you, Ray, is that when I was trying to figure out like the puppet, like say I can't for some reason, I can't. Hold on. Well, I'm not going to mess with it too much, but like say for instance, imagine this is like the bottom one's like the mouth, right, or the jaw, and I'm like, "Hello, how are you doing?" Well, I could with a ghost, I could be like, and this is what I've done before is with a ghost, I'm just like, standing back and moving it, right? But what I want to do is have complete control in a live setting, and that would be perfect for a live setting. My problem is I tried to do this thing where I recorded my ghost doing the puppetry with this device, and it did not record. It didn't record the connection. So I've got to go back to the drawing board as far as how to do that. And also, once you get this plugged into your controller, it's super annoying because then you're like moving your hands and it's like attached. It's like if something's attached to you, you know what I mean? So just be careful when you're experimenting. But that's the fun part about this is that you're experimenting on levels that like, I'm just imagining something, and then all of a sudden, okay, I take whatever I have that's available to me and move things around with my controller. It's just, it is kind of an amazing, it's an amazing format. I love what Patch World lets you explore.
Yeah.
Boink, 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 boink. Somebody else want? Oh, I guess it doesn't matter. I can't do it with you. So like you'd have to connect it to yourself. I guess. I don't know how you do it. You would have to be able to. Yeah. I don't know how it would work for you. Can you see it moving when I'm with my controller?
I don't see the shape moving when you're doing that. I saw the duck moving.
It was fine, but the second time
This one, it doesn't?
working.
Yeah, I don't see anything happening there.
Well, that's interesting. But the duck
But I
was.
get the idea. I mean, but yeah, the just another thing that to be ironed out.
Yeah. So that's called
Yeah,
a.
I mean, I see. Well, that's not true. I mean, I see the ball moving, but it's way below the.
It's
floor.
kind of glitching.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. It's fine. But just I would love to see you guys practice this. I'd love to see you guys practice that and see what you can come up with and how this is useful. How it would be useful in your worlds. But more than that, I would love for you to go and check out different worlds from three different people.
Let me copy.
Yeah, I know exactly. Three different worlds that you haven't looked at before. And here are the three worlds. Go to God Baruch, go to Victor, and go to PJC. Those are 3 worlds. Those are 3 users that all they do is they just go through and go, okay, I wonder how this can work, and how this can work. What if you can combine these things? And so when you go and study those worlds, and then open them, save as, and then you open them in your own library, and you're looking at how they all work. For me, it's totally helped me figuring out like, oh, so they try to get this signal to do this, so they needed to add this block. Before I was just like, you're just pulling these blocks out. You're just making up these block names, aren't you? But no, they were all super helpful.
I spend more time going through other people's worlds, and just trying to do exactly that, figure things out.
Yeah. I feel like I think that's the easiest way. If, in lieu of somebody just telling you exactly how to do what you exactly want to do, that's the best way.
Yeah.
I definitely think so. Well, cool. I don't know if there's anything else that you guys want to talk about, but I like to use the last part of our time together going to visiting a world together. Is there anybody that feels like they'd like for us to visit their world? Ray?
I'm tempted. I'm really tempted. You know what I'm working on. I'm really tempted, but in the same right, I'm just like, oh.
Come on, can't you? Do you want us to? I'd love to come see see the house world.
Because the thing was, say what?
I'd love to see the house world.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the one you mean with the floating ship and shit.
Yeah.
Actually, okay, cool.
Do you want to start You want to start a session that we can all join?
Yeah. Let me make sure that. Yeah. Okay. Fine.
I'm just curious because you got this great thing, man.
Yeah. Okay. They can see that. That'll work.
All right. So start a shared session, and we'll join it. Is that cool with everybody else?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, sweet.
Yes, it's okay.
Okay, so it should come up in the live sessions at some point soon. Oh, somebody else started a live session. Crazy. Yeah, not you. Yeah, no, it's just it's just us right now.
And when on my menu, I don't have the blocks part.
Yeah. So and
I said
when you create a world. When you create a world, one of the things you can do is change the settings so other people don't have access to all of the different things that you would normally have. Usually that I got told to do that sort of thing by God to to take out the control panel, take out the so that people aren't like spawning a bunch of things and then crashing the world. That's why I did that. So it's on purpose that you can't see those things.
No, but even in my world, I don't have the blocks.
Is that right? Okay, so that means let me I'll tell when we go to Ray's world. I'll tell you how to do that. Okay, sound good?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, yeah. Let's see if he's there yet. Chris, do you see him? Oh, here he is. Yep, he's up. So he's got to approve our request to be a joiner world, but I've never seen that. Okay, I'm moving over there.
I requested access.
Yes.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah.
Where are you, Ray?
So I didn't add furniture.
Ray, you gotta stay with us because we're all trying to follow you. Ray, you're walking away from us. We can't hear you. You guys here? Okay, Barry. So you guys follow me.
I don't
Stay,
know.
yeah. Stay close to me, and we'll go find him.
Take the house apart.
Hey, Ray. You guys, Ray.
Let me put it back to you really quick.
Ray. Hold on a second, Ray. We can't hear you when you're walking away.
Oh, I'm sorry. When I'm
okay.
running around, I'm sorry.
No, it's
guys.
okay.
So you can take everything apart piece by piece in this world, and the idea was this was like one of the first projects in like figuring out how to load assets in and how to combine assets.
So cool.
This one is the ship here. No, the ship's not here. So in a previous world, like I had added like a flying ship and like a bunch of stuff. I thought this was it, but I guess that was a couple back. Okay, I'm going to do something really quick. I'm going to load another session really fast, and I want you guys to join because I didn't have a chance to look through my saves to figure out what was what.
It's totally fine. It's totally fine.
I mean, I didn't have any way to tell you guys other than picking up my phone and trying to look through this thing and do my phone at the same time.
Yeah, it's totally fine.
Just a second.
Cool, no problem.
We're gonna find a better world.
I love the trees in here. Don't you guys like? Aren't they amazing? And the scale.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
The thing about the scale. Follow me for a second. I want to show you this. If you, try to climb this tree. It's just huge. I mean, it's like. I mean, that's kind of like most people don't. And then when you climb it, you can see what's beyond this platform. Look what's beyond the platform.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like I think that people are not aware of how expansive this can be, and that's. I mean, and if somebody wants to do isn't this amazing?
Yeah, it's cool. I tried to do something like this, but what I did was I made everything small, and I started adding assets.
That's a great idea.
But then I had to blow everything up like equally. So I grouped them all. But the thing that sucked with that is I'd get to a point where I'd have to delete something, and it would delete everything that was all grouped.
Yeah, that's
problem.
That's something I think that it takes a little bit more understanding around how assets are put in Sketchfab, because I don't know. When they show groups, I'm like, oh, I love a group of something instead of one thing. But yeah, when you have them all in one file, I think you need to know how to take separate things and then resave those. I haven't worked on those yet.
I didn't. Yeah, I wasn't using anything from Sketchfab. I was using just stuff like I was blowing up things. Like just make what was in the library already.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So I just made it really small and then added a bunch of things and then made it really big.
Okay, so I think he's started a new thing now. I just asked for. Oh wait, no, it's not that one. It's Orion Stargate. Orion Stargate. Hi, girl.
Can y'all see that clock?
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow. This is
So you
great.
just take a timing clock, and then you add a freaking little kinetic device that controls the timing. Moment, where is it? Sorry, let me get this right here. Threw me off guard. Sorry. Let's see, where was it? Okay, that goes to and here. And then where is my freaking? And it's supposed to press the button every couple of seconds. So where is it? Where's my button? My button is supposed to be.
Oop. Uh-oh. Huh.
Todd. Mhm.
Hey there. Hey. How's it going?
Wait, go camera.
We got kicked out of Ray's world, you guys.
No, it's okay. I was spiraling, so I'm really happy to see whatever this person's working on.
This is a world that I started. That's what's so crazy is that people can just come into worlds that you started and then
Holy,
mess with it. So I've got this.
holy crap!
So I've got this on a preset manager right here. You know, so that when you turn off the when you have this plugged into the rhythm, it goes through all of the different presets, and all the presets we're just moving the camera to these different pictures, so that when I go to here, then look, it just shows all the pictures. So now the problem is like, okay, well, big deal. How do you know what, where the pictures go? Well, this is the output of the pictures right here. Pretty great, right? So you can make your own slideshow by just having all the slides out here like this, and then moving your camera around and just timing your camera out. And this one,
Or you can do like I do, which is bring video in and do the same thing.
yeah, true.
Like, I mean,
But I don't know.
I use video all the time in here, so.
But I think the problem is, Ray,
And
when
you,
you bring.
you bring them in petrol.
Oh yeah. And you can bring video and pictures
Oh yeah,
into
Yeah. I use YouTube in here all the time. Yeah.
yeah. So
Um,
yes. Tell. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's a good way to do that. Yeah. There we go. Wow, that's kind of cool. I like that. Yeah. So Anne, yeah, you can do pictures and stuff. You can bring pictures in through the portal. There's a portal, and if there's a video on YouTube that I made that shows you how to import pictures in the portal and videos. And one of the things,
pictures, videos, MP3s, WAV files, pretty much anything.
yeah, and what Ray does is Ray takes his giant files and then downloads them and then brings them into a world, so you can be watching.
So I use this like Photoshop. Really and truly, that's how I use it now. This is 3D Photoshop to me. So
Oh yeah,
if it like whatever I could do in Photoshop, I can do it in 3D now. So that which is freaking amazing. And once people figure that out, they're gonna be like, "Oh, Photoshop, what is that?"
yeah.
Like, I can, like you could build a website in here. Like, actually, I've been watching some of Gad's work, and the way he was trying to redesign the original portal in the beginning of the game, and it basically works like a website. Like, it's so funny. You just have like these little like links to like it would bring up a window, like drag and drop a window, and it just reminded me a lot of like website HTML. But we had this thing called Dreamweaver, and it was like that. It was you would have nodes and modules, and you would put them all together, and that would create your website. You were actually using hyperlinks, but it wasn't like super complicated.
How old are you?
So, sorry. Me? Oh, I'm like 40. Yeah, I'm not young, bro.
Yeah, I was gonna say you sound like you're a kid, and I'm saying, how does he know all that stuff?
No, I'm not.
That's funny.
No, I'm
That's
not.
funny.
I'm not.
Your avatar.
Yeah.
To. That's very cool. Yeah, back in the days of Dreamweaver, right?
Yeah. Well, sweet. I got to run, you guys. So it's been awesome hanging out with you again.
Thank you again.
Yeah.
I'll bring you an apple next time.
Yeah, totally. Bring me an actual apple. I'm waiting for a knock on my door. I'm waiting for a knock on my door, Barry.
I'm gonna throw it. You want a BC apple? You like
Yeah,
delicious?
yeah.
Let's go.
Those crunchy Victoria apples is what I love. All right, guys. We'll see you next time. See you next week.
Next time.
See you. Bye. Thank you, Todd.
Bye, Ann. Bye, Ray.